Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nahmaduhu wa nusalli ala rasulil kareem. Dr. Naqvi, Fasiwai, distinguished participants, it's my pleasure to welcome all of you to this seminar. You will appreciate we are trying to address an issue that is agitating the minds and hearts of people all over the world. Although the current crisis started in late 2007, but what has happened during this year, the problem has escalated, beginning from house mortgage prime financing episode to banking crisis and failures and bailouts, and now to sovereign failure of state finances in a number of European countries, particularly Greece. Ireland had been there before, even Spain and Italy and Portugal. In fact, the whole of the Western economic landscape is caught in this crisis. So we thought it's time to look into it. But as you will see from the title, and I hope the speakers will throw light on different aspects of this problem, we thought that financial crisis is only a part of the thing. It's a symbol, a symptom. The crisis is deeper. So that's why we try to relate that to the centrality of the problem, that is the crisis of capitalism. And it is very significant that in our lifetime we have witnessed the crisis or collapse or imminent collapse of two major economic ideologies of our times. We opened our eyes when communism had the sway over almost 1/4 of the world, and capitalism during colonial as well as post-colonial period almost over the rest of the world. Fall of Berlin Wall, 1989, revealed the feat of clay of the command economy, established as the influence of the socialistic approach, without denying the positive aspects of that movement, and in my view, its lasting effect both in the ex-socialist world as well as in the capitalist world. Yet, the ideology as the central guiding force, its weakness was exposed. And then there was arrogance on the side both of the intellectuals, theorists, as well as policy makers in the West, claiming as if history has come to an end, and the economic liberalism and political liberalism have won the day and will remain unchallenged for centuries to come. But within the short span of 25 years, we have witnessed how unfounded that claim was and what have been the ailments and flaws because of which the capitalist system, despite this historic opportunity, could not deliver. First, the Southeast Asian crisis, but that was looked upon as if the rest of the other world. Then crisis within the heart of capitalism, the United States of America, spreading to other parts of the world, causing huge losses economically the world over. According to certain estimates, over 40% of the world GDP was affected because of this crisis. That is why, while it was being projected as a financial crisis, banking crisis, it began to be looked upon as crisis of economy. And as the commanding principle of the economy was capitalism, crisis of capitalism. But a very important transition has been taking place during these last 5 years. Analysts reflecting that it's not merely a crisis of economy, it's also a crisis of economics. The science of economists failed to foresee, to foretell, to warn, and then when we were in the grip of the crisis, to provide answers to the issues. And more deeply, people realize that it's not only a crisis of economics, it's also a crisis of civilization. And the two are intertwined. So it is in this context that we are meeting, and that's why we chose crisis of global capitalism, and not merely the financial and economic crisis of this part of the world or that part of the world as a topic for the day. I look forward to a very incisive, thoughtful discussion, both from the panel and the distinguished participants. It is the beginning of an effort, and our idea is that on the basis of today's presentations, we will be able to produce a shorter report, and maybe within the next few months, we might take it up further so that something of a lasting nature could come as a study focusing on the current economic issues humanity is facing, the nature of this crisis, and more important, what are the alternatives? Is it possible that some kind of a tinkering with capitalism, as is being suggested, would enable humanity to come out of this quagmire, or it needs a much more fundamental approach, a paradigm shift, and not just a shift within the paradigm. So this is the challenge, and we hope with your cooperation, IPS will be able to contribute something in that direction, both in the debate within the country and globally.